I'm Mark McAllister in Caledon, where just down the road from here, a young man tragically lost his life last May in a head-on collision. The other driver was eventually charged, but that was dropped in court due to a technicality. And as you might expect, the family and community are fighting for justice.
We saw the cars, and it was like, from that point on, it was like chaos. It was we jumped out of the car, and
I think we knew instantly. As soon as I saw the car, I knew instantly that it was Milo's car. So it was devastating.
Alan and Diane Yekmalian will forever struggle with the horror that their son Milo died on the scene after colliding with another vehicle on Charleston Side Road that spring night. The 18-year-old was an up-and-coming basketball star who had even started his own charity with his whole life ahead of him.
You meet him and you instantly fall in love with him, basically. He just was a really kind and gentle-hearted person.
As vehicles race by the spot where Milo was killed, drivers can now catch a glimpse of the large memorial since built, with images of the young man among other offerings. In August, 67-year-old Tomislav Roki from Toronto was charged by the OPP with careless driving causing death. But the court process took time, and a discovery was made. The officer didn't sign the necessary documents.
not once have we been in court for anything like this. So we just think it's natural. This is how it unfolds. The outcome of this is going to be the guy's charged or convicted of it, and that's that.
On February 1st, Crown Attorney Leanna Marcon made the case. Matters are to be dealt with on their merits, and that any defects on their face should be corrected or amended, but they should not derail what the proper form of dealing with it is, especially on a matter of such seriousness as it is in this circumstance.
The Crown Attorney presented some case law which were minor amendments. You cannot amend or sign an officer's signature on the information. Therefore, it was declared a nullity. It was void. We had to raise fearlessly whatever issue for the benefit of our client.
After hearing the arguments, Justice Neil Burgess took a short recess before coming back with his decision. "I have to tell you," he said, "if the officer had signed the statement, I would have found that the information was fine and that we could proceed on the matter, but to my surprise, looking at the statement, it was never signed by the officer also."
I think I had yelled something out like, you can't tell me this is over because of a signature, right? Like, tell me my son's life is worth more than someone's signature.
The fight for justice in Milo Yekmalian's death, not too far from here in Caledon, goes well beyond his family. The community here is now well aware that it was a missing signature from a police officer that ultimately led to the charge being dropped last month. That is why they are speaking up, and CityNews is still in search of answers.
Justice for Milo! Justice for Milo!
Dozens of friends, classmates, even strangers gathered in a recent snowstorm to show support for the family of Milo Yekmalian, all with signs in hand calling for justice after he died in a head-on collision last May.
When your mistakes cost a life, there should be some accountability. And someone not signing a piece of paper, shouldn't absolve that responsibility.
They've come together now after the charge of careless driving causing death against the other driver was dropped in court based on a technicality. Justice Neil Burgess said at the time, "I see by looking at the information that this is a very serious matter, and I can tell you I am not happy having been put in the position that I need to say that this is a nullity."
Somebody has to stand up and take accountability for it, even an apology. These kind of things can't fall through the cracks. These are serious, serious matters.
A spokesperson for the Ontario Provincial Police has told CityNews that the OPP is looking into the matter, and further conversations with court services are continuing to review the process to ensure this does not happen again.
It just doesn't seem right that this person gets to walk away and like nothing ever happened. I mean, he killed our son and we're never getting him back.
The Ministry of the Attorney General noted that the charge in this matter was not withdrawn by the Crown and that it was the court that ruled that the information was a nullity and offered no further comment. Despite multiple attempts for answers from the Ontario Court of Justice on the decision, CityNews was told that it would be inappropriate for the Chief Justice or the court to provide any comment because the matter may continue to be before the court with no further information.
That's our life sentence. He gets absolutely nothing. It's despicable.
At this point, Milo's family is starting to pursue a civil case, but emphasize that it's only to make sure there is some accountability. They have also requested a meeting with the Crown and the OPP and have been told they will have that opportunity just a few weeks from now. In Caledon, I'm Mark McAllister, City News.